It is a big and bright Friday night inside Minute Maid Park as Justin Verlander gets ready to warm up for tonight's contest between the Astros and the Texas Rangers. Verlander has been phenomenal again in 2018, following up on a great month in his first month with the Houston Astros last year. The Rangers come in 15-24. The Astros, the opposite record, 24-15, the first of a three-game weekend series. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another night of Astros baseball. I'm Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. Blummer, it was really good to see the team do well on that last road trip, 4-2, and more offense on the road. Hopefully that can translate back at home.
That would be a beautiful thing because we did see some of that offense explode and get back to what we're used to seeing them. Aggressive early in counts, getting the barrel to it. It'd be nice to see that swing show up here in Minute Maid Park.
That's been a theme now for the last couple of years, more offense away from home. The other theme that we've seen is when they are supposed to beat teams, for the most part, they do a good job of it.
And that's what good teams do. And it's interesting in this division this year that the AL West has a lot of teams that are playing at 500 or above, but the Houston Astros, they go out and win games that they're supposed to go out there and win. 10-4, the starter ERA at 1.77. What those starters are doing is keeping the ball club in games, allowing that offense enough time to get back and score enough runs. We know it doesn't take many runs for the Houston Astros to go out there and win ball games when you see starters pitching this well against sub-500 teams.
Justin Verlander, in addition to a great year, has been really strong against the Texas Rangers in his two starts, and he's back out there again tonight, his third time against the Rangers.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch him pitch in that Houston Astro uniform. He's done great in the past, but in that Astro uniform, he has done extremely well, doing great 4-1 with a 1.17 ERA in 8 starts. He is the league leader in that category. Not to mention he's got 70 strikeouts in 8 starts. The 147 average against is pretty impressive. Heavy on that fastball, up in the zone, averaging right around 95 miles an hour on that heater.
His only regular season loss in his career, the Astros coming in his last start today. A couple of number 35s, Hamill against Verlander.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. These guys have been around for a very long time, racking up a lot of innings and a lot of strikeouts. Justin Verlander now tied with Don Drysdale with those 2,486 strikeouts. But these guys have had interesting paths too. Had the option to get traded. Just one of these guys picked the right choice in coming to Houston.
We'll have more when we continue as Julian Morales will join us to tell us about one of the key contributors on that recent road trip. George Springer had a phenomenal 6-game trip.
finish. Offensively, we saw the bats come alive. It was a complete team effort. Up and down the lineup, we saw production and made the difference in some of those wins and losses. Bottom of the order may tell us a little bit more about that story. 24 wins, 15 losses for the Astros. And the wins hitting .253 with 14 homers and 56 RBI. And in the losses, the average dropping to 181. Just 2 homers, 17 runs driven in. Altuve said as one team, if they go, we go. And George Springer said something very similar. He loves when these guys are on base for him in the leadoff spot. He's our TXU power player. And have a road trip, George. He hit .483 over the 6 games with a couple of Springer dingers. Of course, making history on Monday night, going 6 for 6, the first Astro to do so since Joe Morgan did it many, many years ago. He's swinging it well. The entire team is swinging it well, and they hope to continue that. AJ saying to that bottom of the order, the guys at the top, they're going to get it done, but when the guys at the bottom are swinging it well, they don't have to do so much. It puts them at a better place at the plate. Coming up, they're going to try to do it behind Justin Verlander. It's his turn on the mound. Todd Callis, Jeff Blum will have the call next.
Back inside Minute Maid Park on this Friday night. The roof is open for this big and bright Friday night opener to a 3-game weekend series against their rival Texas Rangers with Justin Verlander on the mound for the Houston Astros.
Yep, Justin's done pretty good this season. He's also done pretty good in his career. 22 starts against these Texas Rangers. He is 12-6 with a 2.78 ERA. And oh yeah, this guy leads major leagues in ERA with a 1.17. He leads in WHIP, under 1 walk, 1 hitter per inning. The opponent batting average against him, they are 27 for 184, which is a 146 batting average. And the opponent OPS, putting slugging and on-base percentage together, they are at a 461, which is extremely low.
Facing the Texas Rangers for the 3rd time this season as Delino DeShields will lead things off. We didn't see him last time at Minute Maid Park. He was on the DL. Shin-Soo Choo is a designated hitter. Nomar Mazara walked it off for the Rangers in their game on Wednesday. Adrian Beltre is the third baseman. Joey Gallo in left field. Jurickson Profar, the shortstop. Rougned Odor just back off the DL today. Robinson Chirinos and Ronald Guzman round out your Rangers lineup. And we're underway in the Lone Star Series Part 3 with Delano DeShields taking a called strike. Frustrating series for the Astros last time the Rangers were in town. Texas won 2 out of 3. One of only 3 series the Rangers have won all year long. And Verlander out quickly 0-2 on DeShields.
Verlander's last two starts this season against Texas, he's gone 14 total innings, only given up 1 earned run.
Broken bat right back to Verlander on the 0-2 pitch. DeShields loses his bat, and Verlander makes the play for the first out. Our starting defense tonight is presented by Xfinity. Behind Justin Verlander in the outfield is Marwin Gonzalez in left, George Springer in center, and Josh Reddick is the right fielder. Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, Yuli Gurriel. Correa coming off a 2-day rest as the Astros had the day off yesterday, and he was also given Wednesday off. Brian McCann back behind the plate for Justin Verlander. 83 degrees at game time. Seems like there is a little bit of a wind factor on the field as Shin-Soo Choo steps into the plate. Roof open tonight, not anticipating the roof to be open tomorrow or Sunday. Two 2-0 the count to Choo. Plummer mentioned the 1 run allowed by Verlander in 2 starts. Came on the lone hit allowed by Justin here at Minute Maid Park on a Sunday night baseball game where Verlander and Bartolo Colon were both dealing. Choo gets into one deep to right field, and this is hooking foul. Choo a little quick, and that's a long strike. Choo has faced Verlander more than anybody else on this Rangers lineup.
Get an idea how close it was to being fair with our Mattress Firm Super Mo. That's what we call hooking it. Got a little side spin on that, pushed it foul, thankfully.
That's out of play the other way, and it's 2-2. Verlander facing Choo 71 times in his career. And Choo's currently riding an 0 for 18 against Justin.
Yeah, the numbers haven't been good. When he does square him up, it's foul, much to the detriment of Choo. But I thought it was interesting that he hammered a fastball foul, and what did Justin Verlander do? Came right back at him with the fastball.
He's not scared.
No, he's not scared.
2-2 pitch, and he pulls the string on him and gets him to strike out. That is now the 33rd time Verlander has struck out Choo, second most of all the opponents he's ever faced.
Good pitch, back-to-back fastballs, and then throws the changeup down in the zone. MD Anderson shows it to you at 88 miles an hour, right on the bottom portion of that strike zone. Beautiful depth. You can see that circle grip and the rotation on our Mattress Firm Super Mo. You can really see guys turn that changeup over to create that movement away from left-handed hitters.
He's not throwing the changeup very much, but he picks his spot, and he just threw a nice one there.
Set that one up brilliantly.
Here's Nomar Mazara. Mazara hitting well his last 13 games, up to .333 during that stretch. And he hit a rocket of a home run to walk off their game in extra innings on Wednesday. Over 117 miles an hour off the bat.
Ooh.
And another called strike.
I'm not sure who your favorite artist is at the museums, but here tonight so far could be Justin Verlander. Nice.
Verlander ahead 0-2. He has a broken bat line drive for now and a strikeout of Choo, and now trying to get Mazara, who is 2 for 17 with 8 strikeouts against Justin. Mazzara stays alive on that foul ball. Verlander's 9th time around. This was originally Charlie Morton's day, but A.J. Hinch wanted to keep Justin on normal rest. Morton will start tomorrow on a couple of extra days rest, as the Astros had the off day yesterday. When you have the numbers that Blummer read off for Justin Verlander this season, why not make sure he stays on his rest every 5 days? Because he has been really pitching brilliantly. That one misses outside. It's 1-2.
The consistency is what amazes me. Usually you see these guys spike, have great outings against certain ball clubs that they match up well against, and then they might have a little bit of a lull or just be average, which would still be pretty good compared to these numbers that these guys are putting up. But they've been going out there consistently being dominant.
And the starters ERA as a whole, 2.35. That's almost 3/4 of a run better than the next closest starting rotation. We're talking about today being game 40 of the season. This is not a small sample size for these starters. 8 times through, and now Verlander beginning the 9th time through. As he misses inside, it's 2-2. With that first strikeout of the night, getting Shin-Soo Choo, Verlander passing Don Drysdale. They came in with a tie for the most strikeouts in MLB history, number 33. And there's a base hit the other way as Mazzara hits a hard ground ball past Alex Bregman and into the left.
Good piece of hitting from a guy who's swinging the bat well this year. Brian McCann set up away. That one probably covered a little bit more of the plate than Justin wanted to do, considering the first 2 pitches we saw right on that edge. And in doing so, Mazzara takes advantage of it.
Here's Adrian Beltre. Came off the DL a couple of games ago, and he is 4 for 6 since that DL stint. Had a hamstring injury, placing him on the DL. And Verlander misses the Beltre, 1-0. Even though Beltre has played more seasons than Choo, Verlander facing Choo more often. Beltre with 58 career bats against Justin and a .293 batting average. Strike called. It's 1-1. Two and 1 the count. With the retirement of Ichiro Suzuki, although he's not technically retired, with his announcement that he will not play the rest of the season, right now the current active leader in hits all time in the major leagues is Adrian Beltre, coming in with 3,079. Verlander gets him a swing and miss there. It's 2-2. Slowly hit towards Bregman. Beltre coming off the injury with his hamstring, not running well down the line, and Bregman's slow throw is picked by Yuli for the final out of the inning. 1 hit, 1 man left on base. Astros coming to the plate. baseman. Carlos Correa at short. Yuli Gurriel over at first. Alex Bregman bats fifth. Marwin Gonzalez in left field. Brian McCann behind the plate. Evan Gattis DHs, and Josh Reddick bats ninth tonight.
Cole Hamels, left-hander, going for the Texas Rangers. 8th start this season. He is 1-4. He has not won a ball game since April 3rd, going 0-3 in his last 6 starts. That whip up above 1 at 1.36.
He started Springer off with a fastball inside for a ball, and Cole Hamels kind of smiled after that pitch because
got away with one.
George has hit a home run against him leading off the game the first 2 times they've seen each other this year.
Well, there were 2 things that were not going to happen in that first pitch. It wasn't going to be a fastball, and it wasn't going to be anything away, and it wasn't definitely going to be a fastball away.
These 2 guys know the history. George had struggled against Hamels before this year, 1 for 15. But this year, 3 for 5 with 3 home runs and 2 leadoff home runs. That one was away.
This is what Todd is talking about. Fastball away, opening day, go the other way. Plenty of power for George to all fields. And leaning back on him once again here at Minute Maid Park. Really busting that inside corner. It feels like last pitch at 94.
How about that? Cole Hamels, whose velocity was down a little bit more at the beginning of the season. Still averaging less than 91 on the fastball, but he pops that one in there at 94. Inside, almost hit Springer. And they're going to call that a foul ball. It caught Robinson Chirinos on the hand.
Yeah, this might be the one time George, if he actually gets hit, doesn't want to leave the box because he wants to face Cole Hamels. Trying to got on the knuckles a little bit. But it's interesting on that Supermo that you just saw, you could see the sideways rotation. That's the cut fastball that Cole Hamels has gone to quite a bit, trying to get inside. What he has in the past is a good fastball changeup mix with that 4-seam fastball. But a lot of hitters leaning out over the plate, getting to that changeup on the outside corner. Now he's throwing that cut fastball to get in on right-handed hitters.
He's kind of changed since the beginning of the season even. And that cutter's become a huge weapon, throwing it the most he's ever thrown in his career. And now he's mixing in the curveball as a strikeout pitch instead of the changeup.
That's the other thing. Those strikeout numbers have gone way up. But you're right, almost 10-11% more cutters this year than even last year.
George draws a walk. He'll be a leadoff base runner, so that's one way to avoid hitting a home run. Hamels walks Springer to start the game.
And again, George in that leadoff spot is a beautiful thing because it forces that starting pitcher to be on there on red alert immediately.
Hamels now faces Jose Altuve, major league leading 52 hits coming into tonight. And he grounds one towards short. Flip to second for one, and the Rangers able to turn a double play on Altuve. One pitch, Hamels erases the walk. So 2 outs, the base is cleared for Carlos Correa. Hamels strikeout totals this year right up there amongst the top 10. He's 12th overall, 10.25 strikeouts per 9, and that would be his career best. Last year he had his lowest strikeout per 9 at 6.39, so he figured something needed to change. We've seen him go back to some different pitches this season. As Blummer said, bringing in the cutter and curveball more often than just fastball changeup. 0-1 the count to Correa. Correa has struggled in his career against Hamels, 2 for 20 with 6 strikeouts. Carlos had the day off on Wednesday. AJ likes to give one of his regulars a day off leading into an off day to give them a 2-day break. 2-1 the count to Carlos.
Not a bad pitch. You can see Cole Hamels snap that ball back from the catcher Chirinos. He wants that and he needs that if he's going to have a good night.
In on the hands of Carlos, it's 2-2. Astros won 3 out of 4 against the Rangers in the season opener series. In fact, this is the same matchup as opening day. Justin Verlander versus Cole Hamels. And the count's run full. Rangers came back and returned the favor, not quite completely, but for them it was a good series, winning 2 out of 3 here at Minute Maid Park, with that Bartolo Colon versus Justin Verlander game being the finale of the 3-game series. 3-2 pitch misses the corner inside, and Hamels has walked his second batter of the inning. He walked Springer on the 3-2 pitch, now walks Correa. He walked 4 Astros in the season opener. That's his high mark of the season. Also matched his career high. Here's Yuli Gurriel. As you see, an 11-game hitting streak on the line for Yuli. Starting tonight, batting .356 during that stretch. And he takes one on the inside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Yuli getting it done away from Minute Maid Park this season. And overall, the Astros scoring about 2 runs per game more on the road. That gets in on the hands of Yuli.
Yeah, Yuli usually does a pretty good job of bringing the hands in, bringing that knob through first towards the pitcher and creating a little bit of a lag with that barrel. But even with that cut fastball, it's extremely tough. The knob of the bat, you can see him really trying to bring that knob close to his chest to try and get that through first so he can get the barrel, but that ball continued to cut in.
And there's a cutter that hits the outside corner. Nice pitch by Cole Hamels to get the strikeout to end the inning. Scoreless after 1. No hidden fees, that's transparency. And by Volkswagen. Friday night baseball, Astros in town for just 3 and then back on the road to take on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Rangers and Astros have played more games than anybody else in baseball, coming in with 39. Both teams hitting basically the 1/4 mark of the season as Joey Gallo pops one out of play. Foul territory. Gallo coming in 1 for 15 in his career against Verlander with 6 strikeouts. Mr. True Outcome is living up to the reputation as the Astros go 4
there
on
we
the
go.
right side.
The entire ball club for the Houston Astros is on the right side. Just bring Marwin in and let him play short. Come here, Marlon.
Gallo tried to bunt, at least showed an attempt a couple of times this year. Verlander's a big fly ball pitcher, but Minute Maid Park's not as big as Texas, so we don't see the 4 in the outfield.
It's not a good contact percentage for a couple of Texas Rangers.
Called strike. It's 1-2. When Gallo did show bunt, it tended to be a strike, and then he would get down on the count. And I think for now he's at least given up on that strategy.
Well, I tell you what, you're doing the other team a favor if you're Joey Gallo and bunting. His threat is to swing and hit the deep ball.
This one into the shift. It is Correa in the middle of that 3-man on the right side, or 4-man on the right side infield, as he makes the play for out number 1.
Just rolls off your tongue, doesn't it? Natural to say 4 guys on the right side of the infield.
Well, we saw them go 3-4 defense in Texas against Gallo, where they played 4 outfielders. The stadium here doesn't have as vast an outfield, so they're deciding just to load up the right side of the infield.
It's amazing.
Here's Jurickson Profar.
Yet apparently pretty effective.
Profar fouls one back. With the injuries this year to Elvis Andrus and Rougned Odor, Profar getting a chance to play pretty much on a regular basis for the first time in a while. Bannister, the manager, has seen a number of injuries, especially on the infield, and also Delano DeShields at center field. This ball is crushed to right field, and it is hooking foul. Both Shin-Soo Choo and Jurickson Profar hit one that were close to upper deck home run shots, but they both hooked it foul.
All right, hang with me for a little bit, because a couple of these fastballs that have been yanked by left-handed hitters foul, thankfully, that have been hit extremely well. On the season, Justin Verlander's averaging right at 95 miles an hour. Those 2 pitches that were yanked foul were 93. Maybe getting a little bit quick because mentally they're sitting on that 95 miles an hour, getting a 93. And I know it's only 2 miles an hour, but that's a big difference when you start to jump from 92, 93 to 95. So you're ready for 95. You get a click quick on 93 and you hit it foul.
Makes sense.
I'm not sure if he's intending to take that mile per hour off, but that's just the difference that I've seen in those pitches that are getting hit hard, because to be honest, those are probably the 2 hardest we've seen, other than a couple of home runs, off Justin Verlander of late. Yeah,
and with the high fly ball percentage, he hasn't given up a ton of home runs. 4 in 8 games.
Yeah.
Profar started out a little further in fair territory than Choo's. I think Choo's didn't hook quite as much. Profar looked like he really hooked that ball just foul.
Well, at 95, that last pitch, granted it's a 2-strike count, but fouled back over the first base side.
Profar coming in with 2 home runs on the season. He's in a 3 for 23 slide right now over his last half-dozen games. Only run the Rangers scored on Justin last start was a solo home run by Robinson Chirinos. So it was the only hit he allowed in 8 innings.
Would you have assumed that those balls would have gone foul, considering where the wind is blowing in the stadium, according to the flags in center?
It was definitely blowing strong, but during the pregame ceremonies, they gave away some awards today. Baseball Writers Association of America Houston Chapter Awards. But yeah, it would seem that it would tend to blow it out towards center field from the right field line, but that was not the case for either one of those near home runs. There you see the wind blowing that Astros logo there.
Yeah, the wind is definitely blowing on the field. You can tell it in some of the players' uniforms if they wear them loose. But imagine that, more honors being given to Houston Astro players.
That was the local award, so if you're wondering, Verlander and Peacock were given the Pitchers of the Year, co-Pitchers of the Year. Guess who got MVP?
Rookie of the Year, Yuli Gurriel.
MVP went to, of course, Altuve.
Carlos Correa got the Darryl Kyle Good Guy Award.
Now it's just preceding this game as Verlander has a 1-2 count on Profar. This ball in the air to center field. That sends Springer back. Looks like he has a track on it. Now he keeps going. There you go with the wind blowing.
Yeah, that one got pushed, didn't it? Yeah, because initially off the bat, I feel like George did. It was hit well, but not well enough to get that far over his head. Great look at George in center. Open up to the right side, create that angle so you can keep your eye on the ball. And then, oh my gosh, it just never came down. It kept getting pushed out to center field. But again, to be gifted like George, you're able to make the adjustment and get the out.
You can see him looking around right now to see where the flags are. A little different with the roof open as Rougned Odor back. And a called strike. George still looking around. He and Reddick are having a little bit of a conversation about the wind.
Yeah, because on the field might be a little bit different than maybe 50, 60 feet in the air, too.
Called strike. Odor down to the count 0-2. Odor just off the DL. He was on the disabled list from April 10th for a month until yesterday. Activated today. Coming off a left hamstring strain. 5 games down in the minor leagues to rehab. This one towards the right side. Correa in the shift. Carlos makes the play, as he did to start this inning. 1-2-3 inning for Verlander. We head to the bottom half of the second.
Sweeping them. The guy's feeling really good about what they accomplished there. AJ Hinch said, you know, we've gone over there and they've been a really tough team to beat in their place over the years. So it was nice to have a positive series over there and come back home. Lots of guys swinging it well. Altuve felt really good about the way the ball club was playing. It was a complete team effort. I've heard from several of the guys, and they were hoping to continue that against their rivals in the Texas Rangers, guys.
Yeah, let's hope so, because the numbers certainly have been favored towards the visiting side when the Astros break down their home road splits. And very similar to last year, the Astros just haven't scored in the regular season at home nearly what they did on the road. That all changed in the postseason. It's kind of a strange phenomenon, though. 1-1 is down and in to Bregman is 2-1.
Saying it hit him.
So far down and in, it got a piece of his foot. So that'll be a hit batter. 2 walks and a hit batter early on for Cole Hamels. And Jeff Bannister says, I might want to look at this just to make sure.
I'm not sure if there's enough there even for us. It's got to be something that'll turn it in the favor of the Rangers. Oh,
shoelace?
I think the shoelace moved. Although I can't be positive. Did you see it?
Shoelace.
A little bit.
Clipped the shoelace just enough. That is one of the best hit by pitches you could ever have.
No pain and gain.
Well, Bregman a hit batter to start the inning, and Marwin Gonzalez will bat.
In talking about the home road splits being so drastic for the Astros, it's also similar for the Texas Rangers. On the road, they are 8-8, playing .500 baseball. Offensive numbers are a little bit better. At home, they are 7-16 in Arlington.
Yeah, crazy. They have played more games at home this year, and they have struggled mightily at Globe Life Park.
Man, it's been the pitching too. They've given up more home runs at home than they've hit.
Marwin's been on a good run lately. That average up to close to 250. Swung so hard he may have hurt his hand a little bit.
Break up some of that scar tissue from what? I have no idea, but probably just playing. Tweaked it a little bit, but I'm a big fan of the swing on a fastball early in the count. It was elevated too, so he was looking to try and do some damage. Sometimes you get a stinger every once in a while. Just hope it isn't anything reminiscent of what Carlos Correa did when he swung last year, breaking that thumb. But I've seen Marwin do that a couple of times on both sides.
On the ground foul. Counts 1-2. Marwin, one of those guys who had a good road trip, hitting .350 with 6 runs batted in. That included a 5 RBI game that same night that George Springer had 6 hits, so probably didn't get as much play as it could have. Hamill starting against the Houston Astros for the 3rd time this season, and for the 19th time in his career. Broken bat, slowly hit. Profar to second for 1. Odor knows he doesn't have enough time to make the turn. Barrel shattered on the fielder's choice. Power rankings are brought to you by Steel. Through 39 games, the Astros have held their opponents to a under 200 batting average. At the same time, the Astros are hitting .260. If you combine the .250 batting average for the team with a 200 or lower opponent's batting average, you're looking at just 3 teams, Blummer.
That's amazing to see. We know the pitching has been good, but isn't it funny to see that they've got the biggest difference, and yet we're complaining about the offense? There's still more. These guys have not performed up to what we feel is their capability, and I'm sure they feel the same way. Well, that could be an even bigger number.
That category is definitely skews towards the great pitching this year. There's a ball driven to right field, and it is hooking foul. That's a popular spot for the crowd to get a foul ball today. Brian McCann got out in front of one and hooked it foul. But holding an opponent to less than 240 games almost.
Sorry, I got a little excited there for a minute.
Thought you had him a cannonball?
Yep, I was feeling it, getting the pipes warm.
He does have a career .853 OPS against Cole Hamels. They faced a lot of each other back in their NL East days. This ball's driven to right field. Back goes Mazzara. He'll have a play on the track. Arm with tag, thought about it, but he stays at first.
Yeah, that would have been Brian McCann's 4th home run off of Cole Hamels. Plenty of experience against him.
That's 2 outs. Marwin's still on first. Those previous 2 teams you may have seen who had that discrepancy between the opponent's batting average and their own batting average were both World Series champions.
I like the way you're thinking.
Here's Evan Gattis. Gaddis takes one down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Astros starting the night with a record of 24-15. Percentage points behind the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Astros currently percentage points back in second place in the AL West as Gaddis takes a strike. It's 1-1. Rangers start the night 15-24, opposite record. They are in last place, 9 games back. That one down and in. Evan chases. Counts 1-2. Gaddis had a couple of hits in that Oakland series. Overall this season has been a struggle for Evan, batting .191. Ooh, like he slipped out of his hand. 2-2 the count. Was trying to throw a curveball, and it was way high and outside. Last year, the Astros took over first place Game 11 of the season and never looked back. This year, 3 teams bunched up within a game and a half. Seattle a game and a half behind both the Angels and the Astros. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gaddis goes down swinging. 2 strikeouts for Hamels as he gets through the second inning. We're scoreless, heading to the third. Was the Cole Train t-shirt. Garrett Cole, only guy with more strikeouts than Justin Verlander in the American League, as he comes in leading all of baseball in strikeouts. And Blummer, we got to get a couple of these.
You know it. We are big fans of the Cole Train. They did a good job on these. I like them.
Very nice.
I'm not sharing. This one's mine. I'm stinking it up.
Strozone is presented by Texas Mahindra Dealers, as Garrett Cole has been phenomenal. I mean, there's starts to a career with a team, and then there's what Garrett Cole's done.
And what Garrett Cole has done to our minds, completely blown them, because we had expectations. We kind of tempered him a little bit. We knew he was good. Not this good.
Well, the 2 guys tonight, Verlander and Cole Hamels, have both done a good job of improving their strikeout percentage from last year to this year. Verlander doing it at age 35, Cole's 34. But when you take a look at their numbers compared to what Garrett Cole has done, and also you add in Kyle Gibson, who's in the mix in the top 4. There's no comparison. I mean, Cole is light years ahead of guys like Verlander and Hamels, who are almost 10% higher in strikeout percentage than last year.
And I think the most interesting thing to me about that is, yes, Garrett Cole's having a career start to this season. Cole Hamels has made the adjustment, getting more punch outs. But when you talk about Justin Verlander's numbers, he was always a strikeout pitcher. So when you're always a strikeout pitcher that we've always thought of Justin Verlander being, and then you add on to that another 9% increase in strikeouts, that's saying a lot about what Justin's doing this season also.
And he was able to come back and get Robinson Chirinos there for the first strikeout of the inning and the second of the game. Here's Ronald Guzman taking a called strike. That's the strikeout percentage we were talking about just a second ago.
Yeah, that's a good one. Garrett Cole jumping 18.3%. Cole Hamels 8.4, which is pretty impressive. But again, when I think of Justin Verlander, I think of a strikeout pitcher.
Yep.
Yet he has increased almost 10%.
At age 35.
Yeah, you can't do that. It's not allowed.
It's not allowed. And yet, as impressive as it is to jump almost 10%, Cole's gone almost 20% high.
Almost doubling these guys.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Swing and a foul tip. Good inning to talk about strikeouts as Verlander gets back-to-back strikeouts. Pitching performance is powered by Kubota. When you combine Verlander and Garrett Cole, the Astros 17-4 in their game started.
Yeah, that's the team number at 17-4 when they go out there, giving their team an exceptional chance to go out there and win. And even in a couple of those ball games that turned into no decisions, if they had scored just 2, maybe 3 runs, that number would probably be undefeated at 17-0.
No doubt. Cole could easily be
Those
undefeated.
guys haven't had a hiccup.
Verlander's only loss in his last start for the Astros in the regular season came on an unearned run. And a little bit of a controversial obstruction call against Alex Bregman, scoring that second run.
That's just not fair. Your number 1 and number 4 pitcher, I say that tongue-in-cheek because we don't talk about the rotation numbers anymore. But a 1.25 ERA, an opponent batting average at 151. Oh.
A.J. Hinch being the manager has nothing to do with it, but those two guys would right now be your early leaders for a potential All-Star game start. They have been as good as anybody else in the American League, coming in 1-2 in ERA. Verlander with a 1-1 count to Delino DeShields. And a called strike. It's 1-2. Verlander needed 20 pitches to get through the first inning. He used 15 pitches last inning in a 1-2-3 inning. And now he's about to make his 11th pitch of this inning. He's already struck out 2 in the inning. And pitches per inning is something Justin has really knocked down since he's become an Astro.
Yeah, these guys are crazy. Both Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander, as far as having these high strikeout numbers, we always assume that if you're going to go strike a guy out, it's going to take, 4 or 5 pitches per AB to strike these guys out. But Justin Verlander at 14.8 pitches per inning. I think Garrett Cole's around the same number, if not lower. And a high strikeout number gives you an idea of how they attack the zone.
This one fouled, could be playable. Long run Reddick, and he will get there in time for the final out of the inning. Verlander gets through the third, and he has allowed just 1 hit so far.
Reddick loves himself some Minute Maid Park. Look at these numbers since 2017. He actually led the American League in home batting average last year with .310, but since last year, he's off to a great start this year. .337, not bad. We've seen him also go grand salami right here. He has 96 hits in 87 home games. That is impressive. He's got the wrestling walk-up music, changed it this time around. Still working for him, guys.
Yeah, when you have a guy like Josh Reddick with those kind of home numbers batting ninth, then you feel pretty good about things. Reddick rips one right at the first baseman, Ronald Guzman. He hit that very hard on the line. But he is an out to start the bottom half of the third. Only the second time Reddick has batted ninth since the 2014 season. Did it one time last year in the Astros lineup.
And as much as we talk about Josh Reddick and his personality, how good he is in the clubhouse to his teammates and those sorts of things, he also understands that when he's not swinging the bat well and you get put in the 9-hole, he isn't complaining about it.
Ooh!
Come on, man.
Catches Springer up and in, and George is holding his left arm.
Any other hitter in this lineup, you don't assume the worst. But because it's George Springer and the history that he has hitting against Cole Hamels, you can assume the worst. Oh, right on that left elbow. You could be the biggest man on the field, but if you get hit in those joints, that hurts a lot.
George looks like he wants to head down to first, and AJ's like, let's take a second look here, make sure you're okay.
Get out of the way, AJ. Let him go. Depending on where that hits, send a shock down that hand. Some nerves in there.
Did you ever wear an elbow guard?
I did. Not quite to the size of Craig Biggio, but I did. Yeah. Other guys used it for a catcher's shin guard.
Tough to get used to?
A little bit. Yeah, because I mean, it's that lead arm and you extend on it, so you've got to have something that's pretty mobile that you can move around a little bit. But this, we didn't have the smaller pads that you see like a Jose Altuve and some of the, or a Yuli Gurriel. That's a little more mobile and less impactful on the swing.
There is Altuve after Hamels hit Springer with one out. George on base for the second time. Hamels has hit two batters and he's walked two batters tonight. Astros still looking for their first hit. Altuve grounded into a double play his first time up on the first pitch. And swings and fouls one back. Altuve on a 4-game hitting streak. Batting .389 during that stretch, 7 for 18. Inside, crowds Altuve, it's 1-1. And after Springer was hit, the fans here at Minute Maid Park not happy about seeing Altuve crowded.
It's a 6th hitter that Cole Hamels has hit this season. Well, there's a little bit of a history with Cole Hamels and the city of Houston, let alone George Springer. Opted to go to Arlington, whereas Justin Verlander opted for the finer choice. Paid off pretty good too.
Could have worked out much better. And 2 pitches grounded foul. Hamels' heavy use of the cutter in on righties, especially when he gets to 2 strikes, and especially when he's facing the top of the Astros lineup, which is all right-handed, 1 through 5. All the way down to Marwin Gonzalez.
That one stunned Torino's.
Torino's just coming back into the lineup today after some wrist soreness kept him out of a game.
Mattress Firm Supermo is going to give you a good idea of the impact. That's that hockey style mask, and the reason it's curved so much at the front is to try and deflect and have glancing blows like you just saw.
Altuve stays alive at 1-2. Correa on first base. See him holding that left arm still. Probably not feeling real good right now. Upstairs, 2-2.
I think what's interesting also in watching Cole Hamels is we're seeing a lot more of those cutters on the backdoor side, the outside corner to right-handed hitters, bringing it back on the plate.
When George gets his lead, the left arm is basically dangling. Popped up, shallow left center field. Converging is Gallo into Shields. It is the taller guy who takes control for the second out.
Stick around after Saturday night's game for the Astros after party presented by Budweiser. The after party takes place at the Budweiser Brew House for an hour after the game ends and features food and drink specials as well as music, trivia, games, and prizes. For tickets to Saturday's game, visit astros.com/promotions.
Here's Carlos Correa. Carlos walked on a 3-2 pitch his first time up. Correa is second on the team now with those 25 runs batted in. He was passed by George Springer in that Oakland series. Playing game number 399 of his young career. Tomorrow will be his 400th. As he misses that pitch, it's 1-1.
I want him to hit one of those home runs that we saw when the roof was closed and it hit the panel. I want to see it, I want to see if StatCast can project it out onto the street out there.
That would be cool. Because
I'd be in for that.
That last one was 462 that he hit before the Astros went on that last road trip.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Hit the back glass on the fly. That was against the Yankees in the 8th inning. Two and two the count.
Been a tough area for Carlos this season is that pitch inside. Seen him trying to fight those off, going a little more inside out.
Bounces in there, covered up by Chirinos. Now the count's gone full. Justin Verlander, last time he faced these Texas Rangers, his team was being no hit deep into the game. The Astros didn't have their first hit until the 8th inning. Tonight, Verlander's allowed one hit, and the Astros still looking for their first hit of the night against Cole Hamels. Last time he was paired up with Bartolo Colon. On the ground, just foul. Adrian Beltre made the call before the third base umpire Jerry Lane confirmed it.
I think Adrian Beltre was going to try and turn that into a triple by throwing his glove at it.
Beltre misses his buddy Elvis Andrus. Those guys have about as much fun as Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve. Time's called at home plate, and Beltre raises his arm to say time's called. He's like a fifth umpire.
It all. Yeah, he does it all. He's always checking after a check swing. He checks down to the umpire on himself.
Correa keeps the count full. Springer with 2 outs was off on the last couple of pitches. Just watching how George is moving around at first base. He's definitely not feeling great after being hit by that pitch.
We had a trainer here named Rex Jones. He had a particular nickname, but he was the guy with the big mustache. He always said, stem and ice will make everything nice.
Well, Correa goes down swinging to end the inning. Still no hits for the Astros.
I feel like things just got really intense with this stroke hole. We're going to reveal the results later, guys.
It's going to be a lot of father and son conversations tonight. Generational comments being made. I like it. Stirred up because both those guys are extremely good, especially in Astro uniforms.
Shin-Soo Choo, the batter, takes one on the outside corner. It's 1-1. George Springer's had to leave this game after he was on first base being hit by a pitch last inning. Jake Marisnick has taken over in center field. We will try and get you an update on George's condition. Jake will get a chance here right away as Choo sends one high in the air towards center, and Jake puts it away. Springer had started out to his position last inning, and then he was called back to the dugout. And I think, you know, he had a long conversation with Alex Cintron, and he was hitting a tough spot there in that left elbow. So the Astros probably just being a little cautious here, making sure everything's okay.
Yeah, if you get, like I said, you know, George is a big man. A lot of muscles everywhere. If he gets hit in one of those muscles, he probably shakes that off and gets out there to center field. I have a feeling that got a little more bone than he had wanted. Maybe some swelling in that joint. With the Astros record the way it is, get him out of there, get him checked out, make sure he's 100%, then get him back on the field.
Verlander was 8 for 10 in first pitch strikes. This inning he's missed on the first to both Choo and Mazzara. This one way inside. It's 2-0. First one was off the plate. The second one was way off the plate. This one in on the hands. Bregman will make the play on the run on the broken bat pop-up. Round number 2.
Mazzara got destroyed. This is a hitter's count. Well in off the plate. And 97 off the hands. Justin trying to throw that through the handle of that bat.
Here's Adrian Beltre. Beltre grounded out to Bregman his first time up. Breaking ball and a called strike. That's a veteran who got fooled on that curveball.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Adrian Beltre's seen a couple breaking balls in his career. That might be one of the better ones, making him buckle and move out of the way like that. Either that or he's setting up Justin Verlander. Wily veteran. Good look at the release point on that curveball that buckled up Beltre.
Two and two the count. Beltre coming in to this game 23rd all-time in hits, 2 away from 22nd. Cap Anson, 30th in RBIs and 36th on the career home run list. Still playing third base and doing a nice job over there. He's DHing every once in a while since coming off the DL. He DH last night, or Wednesday I should say, as Verlander strikes him out. That's 4 strikeouts for Justin, 3 in the last 2 innings, and a 1-2-3 fourth. Verlander has retired 10 in a row.
Jewelry from the Jostens World Championship collection, available at the ballpark and online all season. The collection features pieces for women, men, and children. And for more info, visit astros.com/thering. I have something special I want to show you guys in a second. It's the women's fan ring right here, starting at $429. This one's not fitted for me, unfortunately. I didn't get this customized yet, but you can customize it by putting your name on it. But the fan ring, it's inspired by the player's ring. It's beautiful, and it's great for Mother's Day. You can get it at the jewelry store in the Union Station, or you can go to jostens.com. Looks lovely, right?
Yeah, looks really nice. Very nicely done there, Julia. Manny Petty on the off day?
You noticed. Didn't notice my Twitter profile, but picture changed, but you noticed my Manny.
Oh, that's good. There's a called strike on the inside corner. It's 3-1. Yuli followed by Alex Bregman and Marwin Gonzalez. As we start the bottom half of the fourth inning, Yuli on one hopper back to Cole Hamels. Had to kind of reach back for that one. And he underhand flips it for the first out of the inning. Well, Hamels so far hasn't allowed a hit.
Shutterbox spotlight falls on. A couple of good third basemen in this game right now. Through their first 1,000 plate appearances in the regular season. Matchup between a Hall of Famer and Adrian Beltre and Alex Bregman early in his career. More hits, better average, OPS a little bit better, 3 more home runs, a couple more RBIs, pretty similar. Defense is pretty good for Alex Bregman, a shortstop who moved over to third base. It's also important to mention that Adrian Beltre broke into the league at 19.
Crazy.
Alex Bregman went the route of LSU to get to the big leagues, so a little bit of a difference in refinement.
Yeah, he had about a 3-year head start on Alex, as it turns out. So if you're thinking, well, Alex should be on pace for 3,000, Adrian was a little ahead of him in terms of years, but in terms of their number of games, some similar stats. This one off the end of the bat as Hamels throws a little wide of first base, and Guzman has to adjust. Some weak contact in this inning. 2 comebackers to the mound.
Well, that was a changeup that Alex swung at. That was a changeup that Hamels threw to first. Kind of yanked the one to first.
Well, 2 outs, nobody on. Marwin Gonzalez will bat. Marwin grounded out on a fielder's choice his first time up. Takes one outside for ball 1. Astros with 4 base runners tonight. 2 hit by pitches and 2 walks. Nobody's reached second base. And a strike called. It's 1-1. Hamels has allowed 3 earned runs or less in all but 2 of his starts this year. 6 of his 8 have been pretty good.
Yeah, and he doesn't get a lot of run support.
One of the reasons he's 1-4 despite having a sub-4 ERA. His 2.96 runs per game is the 5th lowest in the American League.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Tonight the same.
Going out there and giving your team the best possible chance with a rough start to the season for the Rangers, and they can't score any runs. Could be matchups because of the way they're both opening day starters, so you have a tendency to face the upper end of the rotations as you travel around the league.
This ball hit hard off the glove of Beltre. He recovers, throws, not in time. Marwin safe. Guzman is going to pick up the baseball. Marwin should have probably hustled back to the bag just in case, because he almost took a slight turn towards the
I wasn't sure if you saw the same thing I did. That was a pretty well hit ball down to third base. Ate up Beltre, tried to do the best he could. And in the replay, you could see in the background, Marwin kind of looking over or maybe turning to the left a little bit. Sometimes umpires can misconstrue that as an attempt to go to second base, and the first baseman tags you, and you're out.
The only reason I thought that was a possibility is because the rookie umpire, Jansen Visconti, turned around and started looking at Marwin as if they make a tag, I'm going to have to make a call. So we'll never know, as Guzman never tried to tag him, and Marwin reaches on an error on Beltre. Astros still looking for their first hit. Brian McCann flied out deep to right field his first time up. Marwin with a huge jump. Chirinos might as well not throw. That was stolen off Cole Hamels. Marwin picks up his first steal of the year.
That was a pretty good jump. That was Jeff Bagwell-esque. Going first move. Anticipated that leg coming up from Cole Hamels and stole that second base bag easy.
First Astros runner in scoring position. And McCann down in the count 0-2. Trying to get McCann to chase. He wouldn't offer. It's 1-2.
One of the few times Brian McCann hasn't been staring right into a shift. Pretty traditional defensive alignment from the Rangers. Brian McCann's one of the guys around the league that probably gets shifted the most.
He does. Swing and a miss. Cole Hamels gets through the fourth with a strikeout. He has ended every inning with a strikeout and now has 4 in the game. The Lone Star Series 4-3, and Justin Verlander hooked up in another pitcher's duel just like last time when he faced Bartolo Colon.
Well, that's the thing. We talked about how sometimes these rotations set up with the opening day starter faces the other opening day starter, and that sets you up to go every 5 days against either a 1 or a 2 in that rotation, and that's just how it seems to work out. But also, guess what? The Astros are wearing home whites.
I know. 3.8 runs per game at home this year.
You hate to keep harping on it, but there's been a substantial amount of time here at home for these guys to be able to figure it out.
Tonight's a 20th home game to go along with 20 road games. They are 14-6 on the road coming into tonight. At home, they're 10-9.
Still a winning record, but again, can't say enough about the starting pitching going out there and allowing them to do that.
Joey Gallo with the 4-man on the right side infield shift after the first strike. And a breaking ball catches the corner. It's 0-2. Gallo grounded out to Correa in that shift his last time up. Verlander allowed a 2-out single in the first to Nomar Mazara, and that's it so far. Down low, it's 1-2. Astros coming off a 4-2 road trip, sweeping the Oakland A's of a 3-game series. The ball's hit hard. Reddick on the move, and a diving play by Josh Reddick in right field. Diving effort going to the grass after the catch. Verlander appreciates that for out number 1.
As he should, and that shift puts everybody in a unique spot. The only man out there in right field playing deep enough is Josh Reddick. Moves to his right nicely. Lays out. Very similar to, I'm sure, a wrestling hero of his and Superfly Snuka.
Coming off the top rope.
Believe that.
Yeah. Nice call. The other thing with Josh going full out for that diving attempt is he knows Jake Marisnick is going to be back there in case he doesn't catch the ball.
It's a really good point. The Astros do a good job of picking each other up.
Jake is in center now because George Springer had to leave the game, getting word from the Astros clubhouse that Springer has a left elbow contusion and that he is day-to-day. George hit by a pitch from Cole Hamels in the 3rd inning. Jurickson Profar takes a strike. It's 1-1. Profar flied out deep to center field his first time up.
That's a good thing. Contusions go away. That's nice.
Foul the other way. It's 1-2. Verlander started the game with 20 pitches in the first, 15 in the second, 12 in the third, and 11 in the fourth. He is trending in the right direction. That ball is going to be a fair ball. Just dropped in on the inside the line. Reddick has a chance to throw at Profar, and he is safe at second base. Correa tried to get the tag in. Reddick looked like he put the throw on the money, but somehow Profar got in safely.
That is a swim move from Jurickson Profar, and that's the only chance he had, because I'm with you. I thought that Josh Reddick did a phenomenal job of cutting that ball off and throwing a strike to second base. Kind of swept that curveball or slider into right field, but Josh getting over there, cutting it off and turning and throwing a dart. Keep an eye on where Correa is. He's on the inside part of the diamond, and Profar went to the outside part of the diamond. And part of the reason Correa may have caught that ball where he did is to create the longer hop. If he was on the outside part of the bag, maybe gets in between hop and doesn't catch it.
First runner in scoring position for the Rangers. And here's Rougned Odor. Great throw by Reddick. Almost came up with another outfield assist. Reddick would have been his 5th outfield assist of the year. Odor grounded out into the shift. This time the shift not as pronounced as Correa is guarding the bag at second, with Profar taking a lead. The ball misses, ball 1.
Josh Reddick sets very good examples by how he plays too. Things not going his way at home plate, yet continues to play extremely hard on the other side of the baseball. Laid out to make that great catch to save that Joey Gallo possible hit, and then giving himself a chance to throw somebody out at second base.
Yeah, he almost had 2 outs in the inning with nobody on, when a lot of right fielders would have had a run scored already. Josh did everything he could. Profar made a pretty good slide. Mountain visit.
Tightened up the lettuce too.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe trying to, you know, mix things up that way. Find some hits and a new haircut.
Want to know the count to Odor. McCann with a mound visit after that last pitch miss with a runner at second base. And that one just misses. It's 2-0. Verlander 68 pitches, 49 strikes. Odor, an aggressive hitter. 32 times last year and 607 at bats. He has drawn 4 walks this year. This is that pitch. It's 2-1. 4 walks and limited playing time with the injury. 34 at bats. That's a high number for him. Two and two the count.
Justin Verlander always has options, but now even more so. He's got the power slider, curveball down in the zone. He's got Odor to chase a little bit out of the zone. He can also reach back, get to the mid upper 90s in the top portion of that strike zone.
Got him. McCann tags Odor for the second out. 5th strikeout for Verlander.
Great curveball. It's another thing. See a guy start to chase down out of the zone, keep throwing another one until he stops chasing. And you can see it on the MD Anderson strike zone. One close to the zone, next one a little bit further, that last one well out of the zone.
Verlander up to 75 strikeouts on the season.
Still hasn't gotten to Garrett Cole.
He's got a ways to go. I don't think we'll get there tonight. Cole's at 86. Max Scherzer at 80. And you've got Verlander at 75. Chirinos with a count of 0-1. Chased the high fastball at 96. It's 0-2. Chirinos, as mentioned earlier, had the only hit against Verlander in his last start here against the Rangers. It was a home run. Coming in, Chirinos was 4 for 9 with 2 home runs against Justin. But he struck out his first time up, and now Verlander ahead 0-2. The upper deck. Far way off the bag at second, trying to draw the attention of Verlander.
He's got one thing on his mind. Chirinos in a 2-strike count.
Called 3rd strike. He got him. 6 strikeouts for Verlander as he leaves a runner on second base.
Dialed up the heat with the runner in scoring position to get that punch out. Good frame by Brian.
Nico Rodriguez. You know them because they're successful actors, but you're also Texans and Astros fans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, here we go. Well, you've never seen the fireworks on Friday night. This is why you're here, right?
I'm so excited. We're here for the game, obviously, but we're really here for the fireworks, if we're being honest.
We don't get to come home as often, so we always try to come for the day games, and this is one of our first night games in a while, and fireworks, we're like, yes!
Yeah, we've seen you guys in LA. That's where you guys reside right now, always working. So what are you guys up to right now?
Well, right now I'm on hiatus for Modern Family. We're in between seasons right now. But, you know, we're back home and spending time with family. My sister and I, we write. So, you know, we're trying to stay busy when we're not busy over there.
Right. And you brought Mom to the game. We have to give Mom a shout out.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day, Mama. We love you. This was a Mother's Day gift to her. So, yay.
And I remember seeing both of you in LA when the Astros got the final out to win the World Series championship. How did we feel about it?
Oh, my God. Oh my God, I was freaking out. Like, we were screaming, and I remember being hot. It was really hot. Even though it was like November, it was like hot, and we were just freaking out, and the arena was just amazing. Like, we just, in our area, was just freaking out.
I'm not afraid to say I may have shed a tear or not. I may have shed a couple tears, but, you know, it's all good.
Absolutely. All right, this is the key right here because you just got things going for the Astros. Rico and Ray, thank you guys so much. Enjoy your time in Houston. Enjoy the Rockets game. I know you guys are going next week. All right, we're going to send it back up to you.
All right, Julia. Always good to see those two big Astros fans. And the Astros finally have a hit against Cole Hamels.
Keep talking to him.
Good luck.
Bring him up here, give him our headsets, and get this offense going.
Coming into that at bat, the Astros had only had one ball hit harder than 91 miles an hour, and that was Josh Reddick, who lined out his first time up at 104.7. Look, Gaddis with a ground base hit to start this inning. Reddick takes a called strike.
Hamels has done a good job of staying on that glove side part of the plate, which is inside to right-handed hitters and away from left-handed hitters.
Like that pitch?
The cutter. Did a good job on that first pitch to Josh Reddick down the way, forcing fastball, and then throws a cut fastball. Takes a little bit of velocity off it, increases the break.
Well, credit to Hamels. He knew he had to do something. Last year, his second highest career ERA, his highest FIP, his highest fielding independent pitching number, and it was his lowest strikeout per 9. So he knew something had to change. Now he's going to a lot of cutters and more curveballs than we saw in the past. He's not relying as much on fastball changeup. Part of that's the fastball velocity's down, so he had to kind of make an adjustment too this year. Yep.
He also did a good job of probably taking out his greatest threat in George Springer, who should be on deck but isn't.
Reddick goes down swinging. That is strikeout number 5 for Hamels. And that's the first strikeout that didn't end an inning. Went out in the 5th. You can join the Astros for tomorrow's game as 10,000 fans in attendance will receive an Astros floppy hat presented by Houston Methodist. For information and tickets, visit astros.com/promotions. 1 out, 1 on, top of the order, which is now occupied by Jake Marisnick. Jake came on defensively in the 4th after George Springer had to leave the game after being hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Left elbow contusion is the word we're getting on Springer. And he is day-to-day as Marisnick down to the count 0-1. George walked and was hit by a pitch before he left the game. Jake rips one foul. In on his hands, it's 0-2.
Wow. Strami have family in town?
Good to see.
You know your team's good when fans are wearing their pitching coach's uniform. Do you think the people in the team store, they said, who? Just kidding, Strami.
Chop foul off of Marisnick. When you're holding opponents to a 199 batting average and your starter's ERA is 2.35, yeah, there could be more jerseys.
It really could.
With Strami's name on it. So we're seeing Hamels, and you're completely on with how he's been working glove side. So what's the adjustment if you're a righty hitter and you're getting eaten up? Marisnick's had 2 pitches come in on him.
sell out. You either try and destroy pitches on the inside, hit them hard foul, let them know that you're looking in, or you back up, actually move your body in the box before the pitch.
I hope he doesn't throw the backdoor cutter.
Yes.
Because he can only cover so much. Jake's pulled 3 straight foul balls. One hit him in the foot. That one's up and away. It's 1-2.
And again, that might just be a show me pitch. Just to say, yeah, I know that you're seeing a lot of pitches on the inside. I'm going to waste one up and away that you can't get to. Maybe catch you leaning at the waist a little bit, then go back in there.
Little tapper in front of the mound, and Hamels on it in a hurry. He throws low, and Guzman makes the play. Hamels throws to first base have been less than ideal today, but Guzman able to make the play for the second out.
Get Out and Play is presented to you by Toyota. Springer not in there right now after getting hit by that pitch, but he and Altuve, 100 hits combined, lead Major League Baseball. That is a solid 1-2 punch. Got the on-base percentage and high exit velo guy leading off the game, and then the man hitting second just proceeds to go out there and throw up 200 hits or more season after season. Again, putting those pitchers on notice early on in ball games. 2 tough hitters.
Astros would love a little 2-out base hit here. Gaddis on second base. And that's just the second runner the Astros have had into scoring position. The other one, Marwin, stole second base with 2 outs last inning. And now Gaddis getting there with 2 outs. Not a lot of big offensive threats for the Astros against Cole Hamels, despite having a runner on base in every inning. Ties up Altuve. It's 1-1.
Well, you'd like to break the trend. There's 4 runners left on base for the Houston Astros, and it's been 1 each inning. I'd like to see them push that runner across. But it's been runners in scoring position and 2 outs that have been the issue for the Houston Astros. They just recently got over 200 as far as batting average with 2 outs and runner in scoring position.
They had a good series in Oakland in that category. They scored 3 of their 4 runs in Sunday's game with 2 outs. This is outside. It's 2-1. Greg Gibson's had a pretty solid strike zone tonight. Plate umpire. That's a strike call. And it's 2-2. Dropped the curveball in on Jose. In the air to right field, Mazzara puts it away for the final out. So the Astros strand 1, as they have done, as Blummer said, in every inning so far. We are through 5, still scoreless.
Justin Verlander, and his fly ball percentage is first at 54.4%. The opponent batting average on those fly balls at .082. A lot of credit goes to the defense of the Houston Astros. They've got basically 3 center fielders out there at any time chasing down some fly balls. But it's also Justin Verlander working that four-seam fastball up in the zone that creates some pop-ups too.
Yeah, that good riding fastball has been effective for him this year as he starts Guzman off with a strike. All 4 home runs he's allowed in 8 starts have been here at Minute Maid Park. Has not allowed a road home run in his 3 starts away from Houston. Guzman thought about a bunt in this shift, and he's down in the count. Now it's 0-2. Verlander struck out 11 Rangers in his last appearance against Texas here at Minute Maid Park in 8 innings of 1-hit work. 77 pitches tonight, 58 strikes.
Get it ready early. Attacking that zone, fastball, slider, curveball. We've seen a couple of changeups, 2 left-handed hitters. I enjoy the fact that he comes back-to-back fastball after a guy takes a good swing on it.
Not afraid. Said it earlier. 11 straight strikes thrown, Blummer. He is attacking the zone.
Be ready. Now, these hitters are playing defense early in some of these counts.
Upstairs, it's 1-2. Guzman made his big league debut against the Astros on April 13th. Tried to hold up, and it's a called 3rd strike. He may have checked his swing, but he was rung up on a pitch that broke over the plate.
That was a phenomenal breaking ball. We saw him lock up Adrian Beltre on the same curveball. This one locks up Guzman. Everything up and in with that fastball, and then snap the curveball off down part of the zone. Some good big league pitching right there.
Just misses the outside corner. It's 1-0. And we are spoiled more than anybody watching these guys go every 5 days. Verlander sets the tone, and the rest of the guys behind him are right there. This one in the air into the left center field. Marisnick looks at Marwin, and it's going to be Jake who puts it away for the second out. Watch the Astros in more ways than ever before by downloading the new AT&T Sportsnet app from iTunes or Google Play, or visit AT&TSportsnet.com to stream on your computer. Log in with your cable account and you're all set. Available for those with AT&T Sportsnet in their TV subscription. Blackouts and territorial restrictions do apply. The 2 outs, base is cleared, and here is Shin-Soo Choo. Choo struck out against Verlander his first time up, a 33rd time in his career he struck out against Justin. Only Alex Gordon has struck out more, 35 times, and that's in 98 career at-bats. Choo has 73 career at-bats as he takes a strike there, and it's 1-1. Choo DHing tonight. Bannister has used Choo either as his leadoff hitter or in the second spot in the order. On the ground towards Altuve. And Verlander has himself a 1-2-3 inning. 2 hits, no walks through 6, and we are still scoreless. time to decorate. Rooms to Go makes it easy and fast, all at great low prices. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Astros and Rangers on a Friday night. Big crowd for this big and bright Friday night, and they have not seen much offense. Rangers with 2 hits, Astros with 1. Carlos Correa tries to check his swing and does on the pitch in the dirt. It's 1-0. Correa has walked and struck out against Cole Hamels, who's allowed a leadoff single to Evan Gattis last inning. And also, he has walked 2 batters and hit 2 batters, but he has been pitching without much of an offensive threat so far tonight. As the Astros have had just 2 runners reach as far as second base, and both of those came with 2 outs.
It's another home game that seems like it's going to come down to 1 big hit.
Verlander's doing his thing, which is kind of status quo for Justin this year against the Rangers. He's now up to 20 innings in his 3 starts against Texas, 7 hits and a run in 20 innings.
Welcome to the rivalry.
23 strikeouts. 3-0 upstairs, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Correa to start the bottom half of the 6th inning. And with that, some movement down to the Rangers bullpen.
Again, create good ABs. That's a very good AB. It ends up with Carlos Correa on first base, not chasing, taking 4 straight to go to first. Now it's on Yuli. They string 2, 3, 4 good ABs in a row. Hopefully that leads to a run.
Strike called. Hamill's doing something tonight with a runner on first that I'm not sure I've seen before from him, where he almost hesitates in mid-delivery.
Yeah, there's a little hang time of that right leg as he lifts it up.
That time not as pronounced. Inside it's 1-1.
No, I've seen the same thing. We're also not seeing very big leads other than the one where Marwin took off incredibly early on first movement. But when a left-hander kind of dangles that leg as it comes up, he's reading the runner. If the runner leans, he'll pick over.
Chopped into the Rangers dugout. It's 1-2. Yuli riding a hitting streak. 11 gamer, 0 for 2 tonight. Jake Diekman warming up in the Rangers bullpen as Hamill's about to throw his 95th pitch of the night. High total on the year for Cole Hamels is 107. And the longest he's gone in any outing is 6 1/3 innings.
Here's the abbreviated lead with the left-handed pitcher on the mound.
In the air to center to Shields. 1 out in the 6th. Watch every out-of-market Astros game all season long live on your favorite supported devices with MLB.tv. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Here's Alex Bregman. He has a hitting streak going as well, an 8-gamer. Hit by a pitch his first time up. Grounded softly back to the pitcher his second time. This is outside to Alex, 1-0.
Good thing that was a changeup. That gives you a really good indication of what a change in velocity can do and good arm action can do. That was a changeup right down the middle. You could see Alex's response. He was disappointed himself for not crushing that pitch, but if that's a heater, that ball gets crushed.
Bregman takes one outside. It's 2-1.
Alex has got some interesting numbers. With nobody on base, he's hitting .231. With runners on, that average jumps to .292. Just trying to think positively.
I like it.
Create some kind of momentum.
Got a big hole on the right side. Instead, he grounds one towards short. Could be two. Rougned Odor makes the turn. That'll do it for the Astros in the 6th as Bregman hits him to a double play. Scoreless heading to the 7th.
Going on in the mound right now. Two heavies in the ring with Cole Hamels and Justin Verlander, both with really good resumes and pitching at a very high level tonight. Scoreless game so far. Justin Verlander with 7 strikeouts so far as he's back on the mound now. And first 2 starts for Verlander against the Rangers, very good. And this Rangers team changing a little bit too, getting healthy, and we wondered if we would see a little bit of a different approach against some of these guys. But so far so good for Verlander, but Hamels matching him tonight. TK?
Yeah, very similar to Verlander versus the Rangers last time here. In fact, there were no hits at this point. Last time, as Bartolo Colon and Justin Verlander were trading zeros all the way through till the 8th inning as Nomar Mazara takes a called strike. Mazara has one of the 2 hits for the Rangers, an opposite field base hit in the 1st inning. And a breaking ball catches the corner. It's 0-2.
I really didn't say anything there because I wanted everybody at home to just enjoy the masterpiece of a curveball we're seeing tonight from Justin Verlander. And again, as a hitter, you see that breaking ball jump out of the hand of the pitcher and you give up on it on that outside portion of the plate. Yet he's got enough spin to bring that thing back on the outer edge.
Last start for Verlander against the Rangers, they had 2 runners reach base until the 8th. And Chirinos was hit by a pitch. Chirinos homered, and Adrian Beltre drew a walk. Unfortunately, the Astros had a perfect game going against them from Colon until the 8th inning. A walk to Correa and a double by Reddick scored the first run for the Astros. Rangers win that game in extra innings. This ball's hit hard down to the right field line. Reddick will have to hustle to cut it off, and it'll go all the way to the warning track. So an easy double for Nomar Mazara. He has 2 of the 3 hits against Verlander, and he's a leadoff base runner in the 7th.
Mazara has proven to be a pretty good big league hitter. Tried to get in and tie him up, but he did a great job of bringing the hands in again, getting the barrel to it. Not much of a loop in that swing. He is attacking directly on that baseball and hitting a nice line drive to right. 96 up and in underneath the hands of a left-handed hitter. You don't typically see them get to that pitch. Usually it's the pitch down that they get to and crush.
Here's Adrian Beltre. Beltre takes a pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Astros have had 2 runners in scoring position. That's the second Rangers player to reach second base. Profar doubled in the 5th with 1 out, and now Mazzara leadoff double in the 7th. And Beltre will try and do what he can to get him over to third. Fastball away. It's 2-0. Beltre has reached in 12 straight games going back to before the injury. A ground out and a strikeout tonight. (3-0) the count.
I wonder if Adrian gets the green light here. Take a chance on a fastball.
Fastball up, ball 4.
League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist. Pitchers with a sub 1.5 ERA, sub 1 WHIP, sub 150 opponent batting average through 8 starts. Johnny Cueto did it with the Cincinnati Reds. Justin Verlander, Matt Harvey, who is making a start for the Reds. Don Sutton and Sandy Koufax. Not bad.
Some good numbers right there.
Man.
You know, Verlander says he doesn't pitch around guys, but he had not had a 3-ball count on anybody prior to that 4-pitch walk to Beltre. May not have pitched around him, but he was being a little more careful than he normally would be.
Yeah, he doesn't pitch around. He's just cautious.
Here's Joey Gallo. Gallo takes one down and in. It's 1-0. Ground out and a line out for Gallo. Chris Davinsky starting to warm up for the Astros, as is Colin McHugh.
Interesting look at the defense now with 2 runners on. Alex Bregman has to play a little closer to the bag over here just to cover in case the runner at second base gets a little antsy. Nomar Mazar takes off for third. Still going to be a tough turn for Carlos Correa if he does get a ground ball.
Gallo lined out his last time up, one of only 3 baseballs this evening by either side hit at 100 miles an hour or more. So neither pitcher has been giving up much, both on the scoreboard or exit velocity wise.
Yeah, we've seen Joey Gallo's contact percentage around 60–61%. Major league average is usually around 75%, but when Joey does make contact, it's usually barreled up. He is a big prescriber in the fact, or the idea of swing hard in case you hit it.
We just saw a big swing there at 2-1. He'll take probably the same kind of swing at a 2-2 pitch.
Yep, there's no cutting down this day and age. Modern day ball player.
So Verlander would love to get a strikeout here. He has 7 of them tonight. Justin about to make his 99th pitch of the night, and he is over 70% strikes thrown. And that includes the 4-pitch walk to Adrian Beltre. 70 strikes, 28 outside of the strike zone. Gallo fouls it off into the upper deck.
Still has 97 on that fastball when he needs it.
In the dirt, covered up by McCann. And now the count's full. In this pitcher's duel, there haven't been too many big moments. This would be the biggest one of the night so far. First and second, nobody out, and a 3-2 count to Joey Gallo. Crowd starting to get into it. All four, didn't chase. Bases are loaded. And A.J. Hinch is out of the dugout. Back-to-back walks issued by Verlander after not having a count of 3 balls or more in any other batter tonight.
This will be an interesting conversation, to say the least. Those are his runners out there.
A.J.'s going to go to the bullpen. The Verlander will leave with the bases loaded and nobody out in the 7th inning of a scoreless game. No run support tonight for Justin, very similar to his last time he started against the Rangers. Chris Stavinsky coming in out of the bullpen. We come back.
Ryan gets the win tonight, 61% over JV.
Justin Verlander's idol when he was kid pitching, and now Chris Stavinsky takes over.
Devo pitched in that Oakland series last time on the 8th. Went an inning, picked up his 7th hold. He threw 11 pitches in doing so. And I think that pitch right there is the reason Devo is in here trying to clean up for Justin Verlander. He's been good against left-handed hitters, especially because of that COD. That changeup is filthy. So it's a good matchup against Profar. Rougned Odor is on deck. Also a left-handed hitter.
Profar down in the count, 0-2. Stavinsky has faced Profar 6 times in his career. He struck him out 3 times. Jurgensen is 1 for 6. Devo could use a big strikeout here with the infield in. Bases loaded, nobody out in a scoreless game in the 7th. Profar flied out deep to center field against Verlander and also double down the line and right. In the air to left field, Marwin cuts across and makes the play. Tagging and scoring will be Mazzara. It's a 1-0 Rangers lead on the sacrifice fly by Jurickson Profar.
Not sure if Devo's intent was to throw that good of a pitch in an 0-2 count. Sometimes we talk about it up here where a guy with a good changeup will try and throw the elevated fastball up out of the zone. You can see Brian McCann setting up well off the plate. The intent might have been to throw the fastball and speed up the eyes of the hitter, but Profar was ready for anything in defense mode. 0-2, got a pitch up. It was pretty easy for him to get to the outfield to drive in that first run of the game.
That ended up on the plate. Brian wanted it at least a few inches, if not a foot, off the plate. Here's Rougned Odor. Odor grounded out and struck out. Swing and a miss, strike one.
So Mears are just a little bit extra depth on that changeup. 3 we've seen in this inning have been pretty filthy. And you hate to nitpick. It's only 1 run, or it could be only 1 run if he gets out of this situation. Maybe a ground ball double play. But it seems like 1 run in this ballpark is hard to come by.
But a lot of it's pitch location. And if you miss your spot, even if you're ahead of the count, Profar able to hit a ball to left field far enough to score the run.
I think the home plate umpire, Greg Gibson, wore this one. That's an excellent look at the circle of death from Devo.
Yep.
Oh, there's no protection on that inner thigh area. Gibby's, or I should say Greg Gibson's going to walk it off. Don't wear a uniform anymore. I apologize.
You still call him Gibby?
Gibby.
It's okay. He's had a few foul balls back there. Chirinos has got beat up tonight.
Yeah.
Been a tough night behind the plate for those guys. Well, we know Odor can be aggressive, and we know Devo could use the strikeout. Strikeout or ground ball would be a good order here. That one bounces in front of the plate. It's 1-2.
But a good pitch. Chase down. And those pitches in 0-2 counts, when you say try and leave the zone, to throw the bait out there, see if he tries to attack it, if he swings and misses. And if you don't get the swing and miss, it's still an effective pitch, or can be. Because now you've zoned everything slow and down. Devo elevate up out of the zone to work against that aggressiveness of Rougned Odor. A little bit of the cat and mouse game.
Wouldn't chase there. 2-2. Devo and Will Harris essentially serve as like extra lefties in the bullpen for A.J. Hinch. Devo has faced 57% of his hitters left-hand hitters. Will Harris 64%. Called third strike. He froze him on the inside corner. Odor goes down looking. Big strikeout for Dubinsky, and there's 2 away in the inning.
There's no way Odor was going to get to a fastball in after seeing that many changeups. Great job getting on that inside corner. Better job by Brian selling that to the home plate umpire. You can see that Rougned Odor was not happy with that call at all. But a great pitch in a tough count, tough situation.
Now he's got to lock in on Robinson Chirinos. Swing and a miss. Start him off with a slider for the first strike. Ahead of the count 0-2. Even though Devo's specialty his 3 seasons with the Astros has been being effective against lefties as well as righties, this year he's done well against right-hand hitters.
Well, you can see he's not afraid to throw that changeup to right-handed hitters either.
Crowd of 34,297 looking for the final out of the 7th. Out of play.
Devo doing a good job. Elevated just enough. And you just told the hitter that he's got to protect about neck high down to shoe tops with some of those pitches too.
He got him. Struck him out on the slider for the final out of the inning. Devo with back-to-back strikeouts to get out of a jam. 1 run allowed. It's 1-0 Texas.
All week long, only on AT&T Sportsnet. Well, the Houston Astros were hoping to carry over some of their big offensive nights from the road here to Minute Maid Park. One player even saying, we just started that road trip. I don't know what it is, but we can't hit at home. We start hitting on the road. These guys, they don't really have answers either, but they're being asked about it a lot. AJ even said today, I know everyone wants answers and solutions, but we don't have them right now. We've just played some really good teams right here at home. They lost some games we should have won and didn't. Just got to play the schedule out. But it has been frustrating as of late, guys. Their last 22 innings against this Texas Rangers club in this ballpark, they've only scored 1 earned run. TK.
Wow, Cole Hamels shutting him down tonight, Julia. That's not a good combination against the Texas Rangers team and had a team ERA riding right around the high 4s. Here's Jake Diekman taking over for Cole Hamels.
Faced a couple of hitters up in Detroit Wednesday, struck them both out. He's got some interesting splits in making his 18th appearance here for the Texas Rangers at whip. Pretty well up there, a lot of it due to the walks. But left-handed hitters are 4 for 11 against him for a .364 average. Right-handers are having the toughest time against him with that .132 average.
Numbers are pretty glaring, Blummer.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Almost 200 points difference in the OPS, 60 points difference in the average, and 2 runs per game.
Yeah, The easy number to look at is the batting average and see the discrepancy in that, but you could still have a low batting average and create damage, get on base, hit the long ball, shoot some gaps and timely points in the game. But we haven't seen any of that at home.
Marwin has struggled against Diekman, over 5 with 4 strikeouts, but he hits the ball hard here. Profar to his left nicely, makes the play for out number 1. Marwin hit it hard, but he's retired for the first out.
Trying to get something going, but the Astros road ahead is driven by DeMontrond RV, and this is what Julia was just hinting at. AJ talking about the competition here at Minute Maid Park. They head out for a 3-game road trip to Anaheim, staying in the division. Anaheim, a very good team. Cleveland Indians coming to town along with the San Francisco Giants before they head back out on the road towards the end of May to face the Cleveland Indians and Yankees and then the Boston Red Sox. So there's really no weakness in this schedule early on for the Houston Astros and facing some very good pitching here at Minute Maid Park.
Yeah, that is a rough stretch for sure. Maybe the toughest of the year. The Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Indians all in succession. Indians haven't played as well this year, but they really had the Astros numbers last season. They won all but 1 game in the season series last year against the Astros. 2-0 the count to McCann. Diekman got behind Marwin 2-0. That's a strike call on the inside corner. It's 2-1. Astros have had 1 base hit all night. A single by Evan Gattis to lead off the 5th. Cole Hamels 6 innings of 1-hit shutout baseball. And now Diekman with a count of 2-2.
Diekman's yard sale into the last 2 pitches. Paint down and in with the heater at 96 and then snapping off a pretty good slider.
Now he bounces that one in. There's 3-2. Jose Leclerc has been warming up this inning. Astros at the portion of their lineup where they have 3 out of 4 lefty hitters, including the switch hitter Marwin, who started off this inning. Cam fouls one out of play as the count stays full. Bryant against Hamels flied out to deep right and also struck out. All 3rd strike, outside corner. Diekman hitting some edges in that at bat. Picks up a strikeout, his first.
Wow. Effectively wild.
Gattis a ground single to left, the only base hit for the Astros in this game. Center field to Shields. 1-2-3 inning for Diekman in the 7th. We are through 7. Still 1-0 Rangers.
Presented by Chick-fil-A Houston. Following the Astros-Indians game starting at 3:10, a live testimony of faith will take place with guest speakers George Springer and Will Harris. And artist Torrin Wells leads an inspiring post-game concert. For tickets and info, visit astros.com/faith.
8th inning baseball, 1-0 Rangers. Rangers loaded the bases with nobody out in the last inning. And 1 run would score on a sacrifice fly. New pitcher for the Astros, Colin McHugh.
It's been a while since Colin has been out there. Last time he was out there, he was riding in on a golf cart. It was the 5th Cinco de Mayo. Went an inning, gave up a hit, a run, a couple of walks, and a strikeout.
Got a lot of attention for that golf cart ride.
Kind of a big deal. First
bullpen cart ride in the history of Chase Field in Arizona, as Jake Marisnick will get under this one and put it away for the first out of the 8th inning. Oh, Guzman flies out to center. He's now 0 for 3 and back to the top of the order for Delano Shields. 1 run on 3 hits for the Rangers. No runs on 1 hit for the Astros. Justin Verlander's line tonight, 6 innings plus 3 batters. 3 hits allowed, 2 walks. The last 2 batters he faced walked. He struck out 7 and he allows 1 run. Verlander's now allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 6 of his last 7 starts. Crazy part about that stat, 6 out of 7 starts 1 run or fewer. In those previous 5 with 1 run or fewer, the team is 2 and 3. The extra inning loss here when Verlander was matched up with Bartolo Colon. He struck out 14 Yankees, but unfortunately the Astros did nothing in that game against Luis Severino. And the start most recently in Arizona, where the Astros lost 3-1. So it's been a frustrating go of it. Verlander's ERA still on point, but Astros not giving him much run support.
It's amazing.
Okay, keep it right here.
So Verlander pitched in the game before Severino's big night. He pitched in the game where Jordan Montgomery started, had to leave the game. And then the Astros offense got shut down by the bullpen for 8 innings.
So you really can't point to matchups.
In that case, no.
Well, Colon's not
right.
Bartolo of past.
Right.
He still goes out there and pounds the strike zone.
Yeah. Ball hit into left field for a base hit. Lionel Shields reaches out and he's on base with 1 out.
Just amazing that you can have that many starts of giving up 1 run, or can you even say less, 1 run or no runs,
right,
and have no decisions or a loss.
Crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's a stretch where you want to see all 6 of those be W's, and instead they're 2 and 3 and on the losing end tonight of a 1-0 game.
So if you're a fan of wins and losses, now you know why pitchers don't necessarily bring those to the arbitration table.
Only so much they can control. Here's Shin-Soo Choo. This is inside 1-0. Choo 0 for 3 against Verlander. He's now 0 for his last 21 against Justin. He's happy he's facing a new pitcher. That's a base hit up the middle. Back-to-back hits allowed by McHugh. The Shields goes to second. And the Rangers threatening for the 2nd consecutive inning, 1st and 2nd with 1 out. A.J. Hinch out of the dugout with the lefty Nomar Mazara due up. He had double barrel action going in the bullpen, including the lefty Tony Sipp. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. George Springer having to leave tonight's game with a left elbow contusion after being hit by a pitch. Not a lot of offense. 5 hits for the Rangers, 1 hit for the Astros, but Texas threatening first and second, 1 out. Lefty hitter due up, Nomar Mazara, and Tony Sipp called out of the bullpen.
Tony Sipp, 7 games this season, only throwing 6 1/3. That's what lefty specialists do, come out and match up against guys. Trying to correct that 5.68 start to this season. Tony is. Fastball slider split. Last pitched on the 7th in Oakland. Didn't go great through 18 pitches.
First pitch misses up to Mazara. Nomar doubled and scored the only run of this game. In the last inning, came around to score on a sacrifice fly by Jerks and Profar. Runners on the move. The pitch is up. The throw is bounced in there. Now to third base is DeShields. Called out at third base by the crew chief. Jerry Lane on the call. DeShields standing there on the bag.
It's a pretty good catch and tag from Alex Bregman. McCann holding his ground. Didn't have to move his feet. Just a quick toss down there. I think it's a catch and tag that might prove that DeShields is out. He stayed on the bag, let the ball come to him, caught it, dropped it right on the skull of DeShields. That is a great job. That's why you don't go get the baseball. Let that thing travel.
Tags him right on the helmet. McCann with a big caught stealing. The pitch missed to Mazara. Now it's 2-0. Bounces in there, and that's going to get the runner to third. Chu, who advanced on the back end of what was an attempted double steal, ended up advancing to third on the wild pitch. Hector Rondon warming up in the Astros bullpen. Adrian Beltre is on deck. Swing and a miss at the 3-0 delivery. 3-1. Hugh, 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits in this inning. Tony Sipp trying to get Nomar Mazara, who has 2 of the 5 hits tonight for the Rangers. Popped high in the air. McCann gives it a look, but he will have. Oh, he dropped it. He had room, but he dropped it. And the count's full.
Remember what I said with the roof open. You watch a lot of these games at home, and you've been listening to Todd and I. When this roof is open, you don't give up on this. I thought Brian did a great job getting to the net and anticipating, but I think he got hung up on that net. Because that wind will really push that baseball back onto the field. This one came back a great deal. Just off the thumb.
Error charge to McCann to prolong this at bat. Sipp trying to battle back after being down in the count 3-0. Tony has faced Nomar Mazara 9 times. He has struck him out 5 of those 9 at bats. Mazara has 2 hits. Tapper foul.
Give Tony credit. He's making some good pitches here in a 3-2 count. Just off the edges, forcing Mazara to protect.
Strike, he froze him. Sipp battles back from down 3-0 in the count to strike out Mazara to end the top half of the 8th inning.
Tony Sipp battling, not letting that error affect him. Picks up his catcher with a big strikeout. SoCal, 9th round pick, Bowie's Creek. I got it.
Wow. You're a Southern California guy. That's
yeah,
why.
I got it from the first clue. Sorry.
From Southern California, you had it.
Yep.
Here's Josh Reddick facing Jake Diekman. Diekman with a 1-2-3 7th inning. Rangers have bullpen action going, so this will probably be the only batter Diekman faces in this inning, as the Astros have 5 righties after Josh Reddick. Reddick lined out to first, hit a ball hard, and also struck out swinging. That catches the corner. It's 1-1. Teichmann taking over after Cole Hamels pitched 6 innings. This is outside. It's 2-1. You see how he'd be tough against lefties with that little crossfire. He froze McCann on a pitch on the outside corner. Started Reddick off with a strike on the outside corner. It's Reddick swinging there. Throw that slider pretty much equally to lefties or righties. Tries to get a chase with that slider there, and the count's full. Reddick followed by Jake Marisnick, who's in the leadoff spot after George Springer left the game with an elbow contusion after being hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. 3-2 is outside and low. Ball 4. Reddick draws the walk. Jeff Bannister starts heading out of the dugout. The Astros have the tying run on base, and Jake Marisnick due up, and Bannister heading to the mound. Jose Leclerc had been warming up for the Rangers and is still loose out there, and that's who they're going to go to. The righty Leclerc coming in and out of the bullpen. 1-0 game. Astros with just 1 hit, but they have a leadoff runner on in the 8th. Box, dugout, scoreboard, and much more. Visit Astros.com/tours to book your tour today. 1-0 game. Astros haven't had a whole lot of offense tonight, just 1 hit. Josh Reddick drawing a walk to start this inning. 4th walk issued by Rangers pitching. And the righty coming in out of the bullpen for Texas is Jose Leclerc.
Leclerc on the mound for the Texas Rangers, making his 12th appearance. Good ERA at 2.19, 0.81. A lot of punch outs in those 12 1/3 with 17. He is a fastball slider split. Actually curveball split, but he is heavy. Almost 50-50 on the fastball split finger to right-handed hitters. Averaging 94 miles an hour on that fastball. But I apologize, I want to tell you what he does against left-handed hitters, which is pretty close to the same thing with that split fastball mix.
Derek Fisher pinch hitting, takes a pitch outside. Jake Marisnick scheduled to hit. And Fisher gets his 3rd pinch hit appearance of the season. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. We'll throw that changeup a little bit more to left-hand hitters.
How about Derek Fisher in his last 10 games? 23 ABs. He's hit .304, has 4 home runs in those last 10 games.
Good for an OPS over 1,200. Catches the corner. 1-1. Fisher chasing down and in. 2-1.
This was a big one Wednesday in Oakland. Bat flip, well deserved, because that went about halfway up Mount Davis in center field there at Oakland Coliseum. Can't remember, only about 457.
Yeah, it should have been longer because
got cheek changed.
Yeah, right around 450, but he poked that one into an area you don't see many home runs fly up into that next deck at the Coliseum. He's down to the count here, 1-2. It calls time. Rangers bullpen has been used often this year, 137 innings. Third highest in the American League coming in. And Fisher goes down swinging. Leclerc getting him on the off speed for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up Jose Altuve. Altuve looking for his first hit tonight. He's grounded into a double play. Flied out to left, flied out to right. Swing and a miss. Josh Reddick on first base with 1 out in the 8th. Altuve down on the count, 0-2. Last time the Astros faced the Rangers here at Minute Maid Park, they only had 2 hits through 9 innings. Ended up with 3 in 10 innings and a loss. Tonight just 1 hit. Down and in, 1-2. Both games started for the Astros by Justin Verlander, who has had very little run support lately. Verlander in 3 May starts so far, including tonight, has allowed 2 earned runs in 20 innings. It's an 0.90 ERA. This team is so far 0 for 2 in his previous 2 starts. They need a little comeback tonight.
Just takes one, Jose. Only 2 home runs thus far in the season for Jose Altuve, but both of them coming here at Minute Maid Park.
In the air, center field. DeShields makes the catch. Reddick is going to tag and try and get to second. Head first slide, and he is safe. Reddick advances on the fly ball to center. That could prove to be a big 90 feet.
As soon as Reddick realized it was going to be a deep fly ball, even with DeShields getting under it, he's going to test that arm every single time. Strong effort on the slide.
Make sure you maintain contact with that bag the whole time. Second base umpire Jordan Baker was looking for. Here's Carlos Correa, a couple of walks and a strikeout tonight.
Got a veteran Josh Reddick out there at second base. Carlos Correa at the plate. Double check the signs between Chirinos and Leclerc. Also a talk about how they're going to sequence this AB, what they're going to attack him with, if they're going to give him anything to hit. First base is open with 2 outs. Yuli Gurriel is on deck.
Called strike. Correa had a 3 RBI game to start the road trip in that 8-0 win in Arizona, where Garrett Cole was completely dominant in a 16 strikeout, 1-hit shutout. Correa did not have any other RBIs the remainder of that road trip. Sitting at 25 on the year. 1-1 to count. Yuli Gurriel waits on deck. See the guys going to their shirt, dry off perspiration tonight. It's a little warm in here.
Oh,
with the roof open tonight.
I feel like it's gotten a little more humid since the sun has gone down too.
Popped up behind first base. Guzman back. Odor back. It's Guzman who makes the over-the-shoulder catch to save the Rangers. Tough play by the first baseman, and he's able to come down with it to preserve this 1-0 lead.
(1998) by the Houston Astros and current manager of the Astros High A affiliate in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina.
You had it at Southern California. That was good.
Yeah, me and Mo back in 02-03.
Yeah?
Yep.
New pitcher, Hector Rondon.
We haven't seen Hector in a while. Last time we saw him was back in Arizona also. Pitched a strong inning, went 1, punched out 2, did so in 17 pitches.
Facing Adrian Beltre. Let's see the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Rangers trying to keep this a 1-run game. Astros with just 1 hit in this game. They have had a base runner on though in 7 of the 8 innings. Rondon blows that fastball by Beltre. It's 0-2. Big swing from Adrian. Beltre walked his last time up on 4 pitches, 0 for 2 against Verlander with that walk. Swing and a miss. Goes chasing after that Rondon pitch, and now McCann and Beltre having a little cat and mouse game, and Adrian finally leaves the premises. So that's a strikeout.
Rondon is very good when he gets on top of that slider. It's also that fastball location too.
So now he'll face Joey Gallo. This is up and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Gallo also drew a walk in that 7th. That'll be the last batter that Justin Verlander faced. Chris Stavinsky came on with the bases loaded, nobody out. And the retired 3 batters, Profar with a sac fly, making this game 1-0.
It's another great pitching outing that could go wasted if the Astros are unable to come back, because only giving up 1 run in a bases loaded, nobody out situation. Pretty good.
So with 1 strike they shift over. Now with a 2-0 count they'll shift over, trying to dare Gallo to bunt. Takes one in on the inside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Gallo doesn't agree.
Oh, Rondon did not hit his spot. Got the call.
Back through the middle, and that's where Bregman is positioned. Alex will make the throw to beat Gallo by a step. This shift pays off as Rondon gives up a ground ball past the mound, and Bregman was right there.
One of the heavier shifts we're going to see. Alex Bregman is right there at the top of your screen. Off the end of the bat. And the mound slows it down, but it created a tough hop where Alex actually had to sit back a little bit. Gallo can run a little bit, making it a close play at first.
So now 2 outs, bases cleared. Here's Jurickson Profar. Profar takes one outside for ball 1. Astros in the 9th inning will have their 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Yuli Gurriel, Alex Bregman, and Marwin Gonzalez. Strike is 1-1. Rondon trying to keep this right where it is at 1-0 and give the Astros a chance to tie it or walk it off. That's a strike. And it's 1-2. Towards Altuve, short hop nicely by Jose. He makes the play for the final out. Good defensive play by the Astros second baseman, and now we need a little bottom of the 9th inning magic when we come back. by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family. Bottom half of the 9th inning. La Pina will lead things off as the Astros need at least a run to tie and 2 to walk it off.
Hardest throwing pitcher out of that bullpen for Jeff Bannister at 96 miles an hour with the fastball. Has a curveball also, pitched in 15 games this season. 14 innings. He's 7-4-7 in those save opportunities, but as we have seen him against these Astros have a tendency to blow up. Now would be a good time.
Yuli first pitch swinging on the breaking ball. 2 hops to Beltre, who makes a strong throw for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Kella in the bottom half of the 9th inning. I'll bring up Alex Bregman. Bregman is walked, bounced back to, hit by a pitch, bounced back to the pitcher and grounded into a double play. Kella has not been locked down lately. He has allowed runs in 2 of his last 4 games. 5 earned runs in 5 innings, moving his ERA up over 2 points. Two 2-0 the count. Wide 3-0. Marwin Gonzalez waits on deck. There's a strike. It's 3-1.
Just hope Alex has him timed up right here for this heater.
Catches the corner, says Greg Gibson, and the count's full.
Are you the ultimate Southwest fan? Use hashtag Ultimate SWFanWTX on Twitter to show us, and you could win a VIP experience. West Texas, May is your chance to show your spirit, so tweet now and win big.
Staying away from Bregman in this AB. And up high, ball 4. Alex Bregman draws a walk with 1 out in the 9th. Now to bring up Marwin Gonzalez, who has a big home run against Keona Kella.
Big 4-run home run.
May the 2nd last year. Marwin's only hit in 6 at-bats against Kella. This would send this place into a frenzy. 34,297 fans have not had a lot to cheer about tonight. If he can replicate what happened on May 2nd of last year. Called strike. Kella's curveball comes in around 83. His changeup is around 90. And that high-octane fastball is in the 96, 97 range.
I recall that AB against Kella for Marwin Gonzalez was a pretty good battle. A lot of balls fouled off, a lot of pitches thrown, and eventually won by Marwin by hitting a fastball.
Chops one foul. First base side. Got the fastball there, 98. Texas pitching has walked 5 Astros tonight. 3 by Hamels, 1 by Diekman, and 1 this inning by Kella. Hamels also hit 2 batters, but only 1 hit tonight for the Astros. That was a leadoff single by Evan Gattis back in the 5th. Foul tip caught by Chirinos. Marwin goes down swinging. That's out number 2 in the 9th. So it's up to Brian McCann. McCann has flied out deep to right. He has struck out swinging and struck out looking, 0 for 3.
Catcher production's been good for the Astros this season. No better time than the present.
And has hit some walk-off home runs in his career, the last coming as a member of the Yankees. McCann has not faced Kella very often. 2 plate appearances, a walk and a strikeout. Up and in. 1-0.
A lot of action behind home plate.
Maybe that wasn't up and in. The way Robinson Chirinos caught it, he kind of blocked Gibson.
Yeah, the glove going up in front of the face and a lot of movement. That'll throw off the umpire sometimes.
Two and 0. Astros and Rangers have played 3 consecutive one-run games here at Minute Maid Park from the last series. Now it's 3-0.
I might green light him.
The righty on deck.
3-0. Veteran hitter. They are playing no doubles out there in the outfield for Texas.
Did have the green light, fouls it back at 98 on the fastball.
Let it go. I like it.
Last game for the Rangers was an extra inning win, but it was a 2-run game, 3-1. But they've all been close, back-to-back extra inning games and a 3-2 Astros win. Last 3 in this Lone Star series.
See if Brian can't get a better fastball to hit in the 3-1 count.
Chase the high fastball, it's 3-2.
It's tough, even for veteran hitters, knowing that one swing can win you a ball game. And you've got yourself a hitter's count. You have a tendency to be a little aggressive. But it's also tough when the guy's throwing 97, 98 miles an hour in the upper portion of the zone. But he's still got a pitch left in the AB.
Bregman will be off with a pitch on this 3-2 delivery with 2 outs at the bottom of the 9th. Popped high in the air, shallow left, Profar out, Gallo in. It's Gallo who puts it away, and the Rangers complete a four-pitcher, one-hit four-pitcher, one-hit shutout as Keona Kella walks a batter but gets through Brian McCann and Marwin Gonzalez with a runner on first base. So that'll do it tonight. The Rangers have now won 3 in a row here at Minute Maid Park, and they have evened up the season series at 4 apiece. 1-0 the final. We'll have the post-game show coming up around the corner.
We invite you to stick around. We're going to light up the Friday night sky with a big and bright Friday night fireworks spectacular brought to you by Occidental Petroleum in just a few minutes. If you are heading out, we thank you for joining us and invite you back tomorrow night